What's up, everybody? X-Men 97 Season 2 has been released on Disney+. I have viewed all three first episodes, and I'm going to tell you guys something. The animation, amazing. The storylines, amazing. New characters, amazing. Everything about this show is amazing so far in the first three episodes. Animation team, fantastic job. They are following stories very similar to the actual source material, which is why this show is such a success. I do believe Disney and Marvel could take a little bit out of the playbook on how X-Men 97 is being handled. Why is it such a hit? Well, it's such a hit because the producers and writers and anyone involved in this show is staying pretty close to the source material, but giving us a little fresher look at it. So let's get into it. This video is going to contain spoilers. Somewhat. I'm not going to tell you verbatim everything that happens because there's certain parts of the story that's more interesting to me than others. So if you hate spoilers, you may want to click away from this video at this moment. All right, guys, so season 2 opens up with Bishop and Forge basically trying to figure out, who is going to go where, which one of them is going to go into the future with the Mother Ascani clan and try to, defeat Apocalypse, and who is going to go in the past where, Magneto, Xavier, Rogue, Nightcrawler, and, a few of the others are there when he first comes to power. All of that was really amazing to watch. I was a little bit, I was wondering, how are they going to handle telling these really three stories in these first three episodes? How are you going to tell the story of it being in the future? You've got the 90s, which is the current timeline, and the third storyline of them being in ancient Egypt to when Apocalypse first discovered his powers and is coming to power, so to speak. They did an amazing job with this. They are breaking down each set into their each episode, and fantastic job. I was worried about that because I was like, man, how are they going to break down these three different timelines? And they're giving each timeline a specific, episode to kind of focus on that. You might get a little bit of something in there, but they focus on each episode. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Great writing, great production. And, my guy, if you guys watch any of my videos here on this channel, my guy Havok, man. Thank you to the X-Men 97 Season 2 creators for actually making X-Factor in the 90s look amazing. My guy Havok, that is the best portrayal of him in the 90s I've ever seen. Great job. Power usage looked amazing. The team looked amazing. Polaris, strong guy. Rain and, Multiple Man. They all looked great. You can tell that the people writing this and the people working on this actually care and are actually X-Men fans. Yeah, my favorite episode was the second one. And on top of that, guys, again, I mentioned this contains spoilers. There is an awesome X-Force intro in episode 2, season 2. It introduces you to the characters. I know we're probably not going to get a X-Factor one, but that would be pretty awesome if they did. They are introducing three different, now we've got three basic teams in X-Men 97 that are X teams. For example, you've got the X-Men, which is the main line. You've got X-Force, which is a vigilante anti-hero type group, and then you've got X-Factor, who is a group of mutants working with the government. And here's what's going on. X-Force and X-Factor are, diametrically opposed to one another, with X-Men kind of being in the middle. This is a very interesting take. And guys, I'm going to tell you, man, I don't know if you guys have read much X-Factor in the actual comic books, but it seems like to me the team there that is actually producing the show for X-Men 97 is very aware of all of these dynamics. Now, in the 90s, the X-Factor group wasn't just fighting villains, so to speak. They were actually there to help improve mutant and human interactions. Will this be delivered? Will this be explored in this show? Man, I'm thinking the way they're going, they may go down that path with it. They were basically a group put together to show that, hey, mutants can be trusted by humans. And guys, if you look at the complex dynamic of the X-Men, a lot of people are like, oh man, X-Factor, government squad, hate those guys, blah. Yeah, it goes way deeper than that. So when you look at the X-Men, you have to look at them. I'm a huge X-Men fan. I am always like, yo, pro X-Men. I love it. I love it of X-Factor, X-Force, all of it. But you have to look at it from a standpoint of some of these mutants at times can just manifest their powers and just wipe out an entire town, or they could not know how to control themselves. And like, for example, Jean Grey in the movies, and a lot of this lore, she manifests her powers, and in the X-Men movies, causes her parents to die because she doesn't know how to control her powers. So it's understandable the human hysteria there when it comes to the X-Men and mutants. And that's where X-Factor is kind of coming in, led by Alex Summers. And in the 90s, Professor X actually asked Havok to lead the X-Factor government-ran group in order to keep mutants safe, because if they actually have X-Men, which Havok is an X-Man, that may be explored, I don't know. And with them working with the government, they can actually keep an eye on all mutants to make sure they are held in a safe spot. Now, the methods could be argued, just like X-Force methods could be argued as well. X-Force is the first X-team that we ever saw that deleted other mutants and deleted people. They're ran by Cable, who is basically, hey, he's on a warpath. And he says, yo, we got to stop Apocalypse by any means. This is the 90s where characters like Cable, Deadpool, Venom. This is where these anti-heroes, to where they're not really a hero. They are people that have, for the most part, they are missing that part of their moral compass when it comes to taking another person's life. If they feel like it benefits their role, then they'll do it. However, let's keep going. Guys, this is a very small detail, but it's going to back up everything I'm saying. If you watch the section where Havok and Polaris are taking the mutant chamber in, you're going to see them both kind of shielding him from, paparazzi and stuff like that. So Havok and Polaris are working on the inside as X-Men with the government to protect mutants. This is thick. I'm not going to dig too much into the Cyclops, Jean Grey point of the first 3 episodes, just because I know there's going to be a lot of coverage of them, and I wanted to focus on the more, the things that I saw that the team there did an amazing job of. First off, I love the Jubilee storyline. Jubilee, fantastic. I never thought watching X-Men in the 90s that Jubilee was a lead character. She clearly is a lead character, and after that episode, I think it was the Mojo episode in season 1, where she meets her future self and figures out, hey, I'm a lot more powerful than I ever thought I could be. You're starting to see her develop her powers in the 90s timeline. Jubilee, Jubilation Lee, is a complete BA. Awesome. I do like that. I don't know what you would call it, the anime part where she does something. She's like, touche. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly what that's called, but it was awesome, man. It was awesome. And, episode 3 tackles the Apocalypse as a young Apocalypse. And, he is battling with this survival of the fittest, or what am I? And he meets Magneto, and they go through this entire situation. I don't want to tell you everything that happens. You guys got to go watch this show, man. But I just want to put it like this. Magneto is freaking hilarious, man. Like, this is the one part of the show where I'm like, yo, Magneto is funny, bro. He ends up telling Apocalypse, hey, man, you shouldn't kill these people because, there's a prophecy about you being a great and wonderful mutant that helps mutant kind for the better. Yo, I did think that was awesome because that is some shit Magneto would do, man. That's just, Magneto, man. He's awesome. But yeah, guys, the X-Men are definitely messing with the timelines here. We're going to see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys actually think about this. Nightcrawler looked amazing. Rogue, amazing as always. And Apocalypse, this is going to shape up to be a rowdy season. Guys, welcome to NDFX channel here on YouTube. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about the X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 1 through 3. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.